gold, a symbol of power, a sign of wealth, and the dream of millions around the world. But behind this shiny metal lies a story that very few people truly know. A journey that begins deep inside the earth, from rough rocks, full of dust, dirt, and impurities, and ends as beautiful, shining 24-karat gold bars. Today we take you inside the gold factory, where raw mining ore transforms into pure gold. We will follow the entire industrial process step by step, from blasting mountains to crushing rocks, from chemical extraction to extreme heat refining, from laboratory testing to the creation of final gold bars. This is the real story of how gold is made. Gold doesn't start as shiny metal. It begins as a tiny invisible particle trapped inside rocks, hidden deep beneath the Earth's surface. To extract this gold, massive mining operations take place across the world. In countries like South Africa, Australia, the United States, Russia, Canada, and many more, huge drills are used to bore deep holes into the mountain. Explosives are carefully placed inside these drilled holes, and then the rocks blast open into millions of pieces. This is known as the blasting phase. After blasting, giant dump trucks, sometimes taller than a two-story building, collect these rocks. Each truck can carry hundreds of tons of ore at once. But here is the shocking part. Even after all this hard work, 1 ton of rock sometimes contains only 1 to 5 grams of gold. So the journey is still very long. The ore is transported to the processing plant, where the real transformation begins. Once the ore reaches the factory, the first step is crushing. Huge, powerful machines called jaw crushers and cone crushers break the large rocks into smaller stones. Slowly, piece by piece, huge rocks turn into small gravel. But this isn't enough. To extract gold, the rocks must be turned into fine powder. So the gravel is sent into grinding mills, massive rotating drums filled with steel balls. As the mill rotates, the stones hit each other and eventually turn into a sand-like powder. This powder contains tiny particles of gold, but still mixed with a lot of waste material. Now it's time to separate the gold from everything else. To extract gold from powdered ore, advanced chemical processes are used. One of the most common techniques is cyanide leaching. The powdered ore is mixed with a cyanide solution in massive tanks. Cyanide has a unique property. It dissolves gold and separates it from other materials. Slowly, the gold leaves the rock and enters the liquid solution. Special carbon particles called activated carbon are then used. These carbon beads attract gold and absorb it from the solution. Once the carbon is fully loaded with gold, it is separated and sent to the next stage. At this point, we finally have gold, but it is still dirty, still impure. Now begins the journey towards pure 24K refinement. Gold from the extraction stage is still mixed with impurities like silver, copper, and other metals. So it goes through refining. First, the gold is melted in huge furnaces. Temperatures rise above 1,000 degrees Celsius. Slowly, the gold liquefies. Impurities float to the surface and are removed. But to achieve pure 24-karat gold, the process must be even more precise. So the gold undergoes electro refining. In this method, electricity is passed through the gold solution. Pure gold atoms separate, travel through the liquid, and deposit onto pure gold plates. What remains is extremely pure, 99.9% gold. This is what we call 24 karat. Now it is time to transform molten gold into the form we recognize: gold bars. The hot liquid gold is carefully poured into metal molds. Slowly, it begins to cool, solidifying into shining blocks of metal. Once cooled, the bars are removed from the molds. Each gold bar then goes for stamping. A heavy stamping machine marks purity level, 99.99% serial number company or refinery logo. This makes every bar unique, identifiable, and official. artificial. Before the gold bars can be released, they must pass strict quality testing. Using advanced technology like X-ray fluorescence density testing chemical analysis, experts ensure that every single bar truly meets the purity standards. If even a slight impurity is found, the bar goes back into the refining process. Only the finest and purest gold qualifies as certified 24K gold. Once approved, the gold bars are safely stored in secured vaults. From here, gold travels to banks, jewelry manufacturers, investors, and even national reserves of countries. For some, gold is jewelry. For some, it is investment. For some, it is security for the future. But now you know, behind every shining bar of gold, there is tons of rock, countless hours of labor, complex chemistry, and the power of modern engineering. From deep beneath the earth to beautiful shining bars, the journey of gold is truly extraordinary. Gold isn't just a metal. It is a story of science, technology, hard work, and human determination. This is how the world's most precious metal is born. If you enjoyed this documentary and learned something new, make sure to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing industrial and educational documentaries. Thank you for watching. See you in the next journey inside another incredible factory.